So
Yeah.
yeah. So yeah, I was,
Who does that?
you know, yeah,
Why does it smell in here?
I never thought about like how, yeah. So I was like,
And then
So I was talking to Jen. I told her how excited I was for her upcoming season. I asked her, when does it come out? And she said, I'll see you in 3 months, Bo. And I was like, literally?
you think I'll care about you in 3 months?
3 months?
That's a long time.
This is actually, that is a very
That's
long...
a quarter of the year.
Yes. You tested me. All right. Good work. You tested my, what was it say? That's
Algebra?
like second, third grade level.
Kindergarten.
Yeah, numbers, something like that.
Yeah.
Good work. And
The multiplication
I
table?
barely passed.
I'll give you a gold star.
Thank you. Participation medal. That is kind of funny to think though, because it's also been nearly a month since Joey's season ended.
Wow.
So we're talking roughly 4
Feels like
months.
a year ago.
Yeah.
So that's like an eternity, pretty much.
Yeah. Who's Joey again?
I don't know.
Who
I
did
only
you-
know Gerry now.
Yeah. Oh, God, don't bring me back to that. I was already enough of a Debbie Downer last episode.
I'm permanently down now after that.
Yeah, 4 months. That's kind of crazy, especially because I don't remember The Bachelorette typically starting in like middle of summer. I always thought it was like May, June ish. So it feels later. I don't know, but
Yeah, which is weird.
we'll see if we last that long. Now I'm confident we'll still watch, or will we?
Yeah, at least one of us.
Yeah, sure. And what's your name again?
Vic,
Okay, it's
the
nice
one
meeting you,
not
Vic.
watching. That's Jamie, the one watching.
The one who will be watching is me, Jamie. This is like
Literally. And we're literally like about to do a list.
what kind of list? I'm glad you brought that up. What are we going to be talking about today?
We're going to be listing our top 10 favorite diseases.
That's
Okay, or
all right.
The other
you're
idea.
giving me a multiple choice
Yeah.
options.
I mean, we can do either or we can do like top 10 best ideas to add to The Bachelor.
I like the first one.
All right, we're doing the first. Now
No.
we're doing a list of wishes that we would like to see.
Almost you could call it a wish list.
You
Someone
could.
write that down.
That's a good word. I like that word.
I think it is a very fitting thing for the off season. I mean, we're trying to stay as, I don't know, Bachelor-esque as we can.
As
Not
much
that
as
we need to.
Yeah.
You don't tell us what to do. We don't even tell us
Yeah.
what to do.
We don't even know what we're going to do.
I have no idea. But
Yeah,
thi-
but this could really be added to any like dating show.
Yeah, like let me preface. I think when we discuss this, this isn't specifically for the next season in particular or any version of the like mine is just a general list for the franchise. So Bachelor, Bachelorette, Golden Bachelor, Bachelorette,
Yeah.
Bachelor in Paradise.
Yeah, I could be added to all.
I mean, some of them I do specify specifically for them, but otherwise it just seems, a very general list. But this is if we were like producers or had some level of authority, which we do,
We- yeah.
obviously already do.
I was going to tell you, like, we do.
So this is what we will be adding this week.
So this will be added in the next in Jin's season right now.
But so if you had any sort of authority to make changes or additions or removals of things in the Bachelor franchise, what is the first thing or one? I didn't really put my list in any sort of order as far as like importance or
Yeah,
like I
it's
just
out of order.
flow of thoughts. So what's the first one you would like to name from your list?
100 contestants.
Okay. No. Is that a serious recommendation?
Yeah, no, I think they should. They need it.
How would you make that work? Would you have to change the... You would really have to change the show a lot to make... Because you couldn't do that in like a 8-week process anymore unless you're getting rid of like 10 plus people like every single
It's
week.
going to be half as long. So it's like...
It's a month long.
It's 1 month long.
You're getting rid of like 25 people a week.
Oh, I think more. At least half. Half the people every
Half
time.
the people in the first week, 25, the second week, like 13.
Yeah.
And then you narrow it down from like 12 to 1.
Yeah, that's pretty fair.
See, I know math too.
That is
Did
pretty
you
good.
see that? Did you hear that?
That was pretty good
That
math.
checked out.
Yeah, something like that. Just, I mean, it would have to go quick.
Interesting, because I was almost going to say you go the opposite way. It would probably be much more expensive to like draw it out. I was going to say you could make this like a 6-month long show, like a 6-month long process. Mm-hmm. Because right now they have around 30, and it's roughly a 2-month long filming process. If you just do the same math, that means like 4 months would be 60 people, 6 months would be roughly 90 people. I mean, you'd have to get a bit more, but yeah, roughly half a year. Who would actually watch that?
Yeah, I think that would be way too much. It needs to go even quicker.
So more, like over 3 times as many people.
Half the time. Yeah.
Now, how do you think that would work though? Like, do you think that, like, why do you want that?
Why don't you want that? Well, I just think it's very much like a numbers game.
I do agree
And
with you.
Having just a huge amount at the beginning would, I think, be more interesting
But you're talking
to
they'd have
watch
to,
and be
there
more
would have to be
successful.
some like dates of some sort going on at least every day, like at least every day, like once a day, if
right,
not
but I
more.
was thinking like it would be with it would like change out. You would do like speed dating.
Oh,
So it'd be like 10 minutes per person.
so that like the opening, if we're keeping it where there's like one bachelor, bachelorette, and then like 100 contestants,
Yeah.
the first day at least would be like a speed dating type thing.
Right.
You get 10 minutes roughly.
Yeah, something like that. 10, 15.
And so the first rose ceremony would be decided off of like speed
I think
dating.
maybe it could do like a head to head. So they pair 2 people. I mean, they're not paired, but it would be like you pick one of the 2. You see one person, then you see the second person, and then you just give one of them the rose right then and there.
Whoa, that's like high stakes. Dude.
Yeah.
That's actually kind of wild.
And then so one person is eliminated, and then that cuts it all in half at the end of it.
This seems like very completely different from anything Bachelor.
Yeah, I'm calling it something totally different.
So, okay, so this may not be a Bachelor, but a new show. This actually sounds kind of epic. If there's anything.
and it's coming out next month.
Yeah, it's next month. We're here to advertise. That actually, I was very unsure of it, but you've kind of sold me on it. How would it progress from then on though? If it's roughly like 4 weeks, 4 or 5 weeks, like what would the second, third, fourth week look like? Second week, you still have 50 people. You can't just keep speed dating, and after the 4th week, they have to get engaged to someone they've spent a total of like 30 minutes talking to.
Well, yeah, like you would get more and more time because there would be less and less people. So like once it's down to like 25 or 12 and a half.
Then would you actually get to choose dates to go on, or would
Yeah,
you still get to talk to everyone? But
No, then you could go like more specific, like a date with one person,
wow.
potentially.
Yeah, I mean, that's very high stakes. The main worry I feel like is you wouldn't really, at least the viewers wouldn't really know anything about a lot of the contestants if they have such little time.
Right. But it would highlight the best ones.
That is true. I do like highlights.
It is pretty highlightable.
Highlights or lowlights.
Well, it's kind of like Squid Game or whatever, any of those like fake reality TV shows where where it pretty much just goes with like
Are
a
you telling
group
me
of
Squid
people.
Game isn't real? Are you
I
telling
want it to
me
be real.
it's not real?
But like, there's 100 people. Well, there's like how many people were in
It's
there?
like 400.
There's like 400, and it only like highlights the people
That
that
is
go
true.
through.
Yeah.
So that's kind of how this show would be. Like you wouldn't know 90% of the people.
Yeah. I mean, I already feel that way with The Bachelor as it is, and there's only like 30 people. I only like know or care about like five or six of them. Okay, I can get down with that. That is interesting. All right, Bachelor producers,
We're doing this,
next season, or at least a new idea.
and there is a battle to the death at the end.
They play the Squid Game.
Then it becomes Squid Games.
All right. Mine is a very different change of pace. I want to stay in the same vein of like little fun change ups.
Yours is 99 contestants.
Mine is 101 contestants. No, mine is for them to make special roses and or more game changers in the show. Like last season, we saw the first ever type of thing with that letter that was given to Leia, where she could have stolen a date. I think keep things like that. Maybe not necessarily that same exact one. It's fair to experiment. And it's funny, like I say that, I don't have any particular ideas anyway. Or like special roses where it's like, this rose also like will grant you immunity next week or something. That's like hard to choose, but I actually feel like there would be some value in that because I feel like it would highlight more favorites, and like you there'd have to only be like one or like two of those.
Yeah,
like
you couldn't do too many.
But like if there's someone you really just want to like, they want to give validation to so that they don't worry, they don't question like, oh man, do they really like me? Am I wasting my time here? Maybe I should just leave, and they start like spiraling. If they get a rose where it's like, no, I don't want to just keep you. I want to make sure like you're good for next week too. Like that would put so much ease on someone, I feel like. But again, I do think that would kind of like highlight a favorite, like that person. It would be weird to like give that type of rose to someone you don't really care about.
Right.
So,
yeah. I mean, I also think it's pretty clear like what the favorites are. And
I
also like
agree.
the order they always give like their favorite the first rose usually.
yeah. Favorites do typically get early roses, and that's for dramatic effect. Maybe they'll like withhold them. But yeah, I mean, like other like special roses or like these game changer things. Like, do you have any?
I think that would be good. Yeah, that was one of mine, kind of.
Really? Did you have a specific idea or like specific thing?
No.
All right, good.
Well, I just like more things like the letter, something like that. But yeah, I didn't have a specific idea. But now that you were saying like the roses, that would be cool. Like a golden rose.
A golden rose. First of all, they should make golden roses for the Golden Bachelor.
Oh yeah,
at the very least.
That should be it.
Unless I have a horrible memory, I don't think they did.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, what could be like one other like weird little switch up thing? I don't think it should be things where
the
like
black rose.
Yeah, what is that? Like an instant like elimination.
Yeah, you get to eliminate one of the
Ooh. Yeah, that's the thing though, is I struggle to like with like giving the contestants like authority.
Maybe not like that much, but I do like the stealing a date. I think that where like they can no longer go on one-on-ones or even group dates or something like that.
Ooh.
So they don't even get to connect with the Bachelor.
That's kind of fucked up.
Well, that would be good. It makes it so like he would have to really like her to keep her around.
Yeah. But like if that happened with like, I don't know, if someone did that to like Kelsey on like Joey's season, Joey'd probably be like, fuck that. Like, no. I don't care if Leia wants to steal Kelsey's date. I'm going on a date with Kelsey. I'm sorry. I'm not going to go on a date with her.
I know that is pretty.
It would
funny.
have to be it has to be somewhat like within the Bachelor or Bachelorette.
You join them
like,
on the date.
That would be so uncomfortable.
Or you get to like sabotage their date.
Yeah, I mean, these are fun ideas, but it was
You
just
get a
like
paintball gun.
you're gonna shoot them. It should be like, or it could be like, I don't know. You get to choose from the list of like date ideas or something. Like if you get
Okay.
if you get a specific rose from the lead, maybe that's like grants you the authority to ask for a one-on-one at some point.
Yeah. Okay.
Because then
That could be good.
then it's like that would be very funny though. It's still like I wonder if that would interfere, like that would work the same as the stealing, or if they would just get their own separate one. But it could be like, I don't know, like someone gets a one-on-one date the like 1 week, and then they also get like that rose that allows them to ask for another one. And the next week they're just like, all right, I want another one this week.
Yeah, I do like the ones that kind of interfere because it creates more, drama and more
Yeah.
hostility.
I just don't think like if you were the like Bachelor, would you like, or would
Well,
you
no.
feel comfortable?
It wouldn't help you, like
It would
either.
like severely like,
Yeah, it would also screw you over. But who cares about the?
yeah, who cares about like actually like whether or not the people get engaged and last?
Yeah, who cares about that?
No, I do think like I trust the Bachelor producers to come up with good ideas. I appreciate, even though I think the stealing a date thing is pretty wild, I appreciate the experimentation. I hope that they do more of that. So, all right, that was mine. What's next on your list?
1 hour show.
Okay. There we go. Because I had the exact same thing. Now, I was specifying, I was just like, despite how popular the Golden Bachelor was, do not make it longer. And I will say, to some extent, I do think it should be applied to
To everything.
yeah.
Yeah.
Because it's just more palatable. Sometimes there is just a lot of filler where it's like, this is bullshit.
I know. Recaps, or it just goes over the same thing again. Like they
Yeah.
have the people saying the same thing to the camera in different ways. The same voiceover. Every commercial break, it's a recap of the last 5 minutes. And then you get 2 minutes and then another commercial break.
Yeah. It's like, oh, and now you want a preview for next week, which you'll also see at the beginning of the episode next week. Well, yeah, I mean, I do think there's ways to cut it shorter, but I agree that it's just like I feel like there is episodes where you watch it and there's just like, I can like maybe talk about like 3 main plot points of the
Yeah,
episode.
the 2 hour show.
The 2 hour show, and it's like, this is
What happened today?
fucking someone got a date.
Date.
It went well. That's
2 people hate each other for a reason we don't understand.
Commercials.
Commercial.
I mean, I would argue for an hour. I would settle for an hour and a half, but at the very least, please keep Golden Bachelor, Bachelorette 1 hour. But I agree with you. I would argue 1 hour, even just for everything else. Mm-hmm. It's kind of funny because I said also like I would settle for an hour and a half. It's kind of funny though, because I'm pretty sure with the amount of commercials there are per
it is an
episode,
hour and a
it's
half
closer
without it.
to an hour and a half, I think, than it is to 2 hours anyway. So
Yeah.
it's like over 15 minutes worth of commercials every episode. Mm-hmm. So it's like, yeah, I'm pretty sure it's already closer. So if you were to make the time slot an hour and like a half, it would be roughly like this actual show would still be like a bit over an hour, which again,
Yeah.
I can settle for.
That would be good. I do like that.
Yeah, I agree. So you're saying, though, you would want it to apply to all of them, not just Golden Bachelor.
Yeah, all of them.
Yeah. Yeah, I can
Everyone.
get behind that. I can get behind that. Let's see, my next one. That was very funny. That was the next one I had on my list.
That's because I was reading it.
Next one I have is a particular one, but this is for the Golden Bachelorette. I want Susan to be my Golden Bachelorette. She is my pick. That is a legitimate wish. I think she's my favorite.
Yeah, out of the Bachelorettes.
Yeah.
Or the Golden
The
Bachelor
Golden
group.
Women. Because it's not that I don't think that Leslie or any of now Teresa, even, I guess, now that she's single too.
Teresa's going on.
Yeah, that would be kind of messed up. I don't know. I actually kind of wouldn't like that. But it's not that I don't think Leslie deserves it or even Faith, but it's just like Susan has been still so current and involved in the show. Outside the show, she's one of the like hosts for the new podcast,
yeah.
like by ABC. So it's like I feel like she is probably getting talked to and asked by it, but I don't know if she is legitimately like the choice or the one they're gonna go with. But she's my choice. I think she's so charming, so likable.
Yeah, she would be really.
I think
fun
she
to
would be
watch.
a very good because it's funny and just fun she is to watch. I think she can legitimately just bring it. She can bring it.
She can
She'll
bring the
it.
thunder.
What about you? Do you agree or do you have a different choice? As
No,
far
I
as the
agree
golden
with that. I think that's a really good choice.
Yeah, her. Susan's probably my first choice. I also really like Sandra.
Yeah, Sandra's good.
Sandra is a lot of fun. It's funny, like a lot of the ones that again didn't necessarily make it to the like top 3 or 4 with Gerry are ones that I really like. But I wouldn't mind like Leslie or Faith or
Those are all solid. As well.
yeah. What was next on your list? Oh man.
Oh, I have a lot.
Okay.
Better dates.
Specify, explain.
Just do it better. No, I feel like a lot of them are pretty much like similar to like going to a movie theater. You're just caught up in the activity and you don't have any like connection.
Right.
It's like, okay, we're gonna skydive or we're gonna jump. Was it bungee jump?
Yeah.
Or going to jump from a high place, increasingly higher platforms into water and have Joey kick you in the
It's
face.
kicking, land and drop.
They do like
kick.
jumping a lot.
They do a little jumping off of surfaces.
Or, I think the ones where they go explore the city are pretty good.
I agree.
Those are good.
I agree.
But
I
the
think-
ones where like go spin until you puke. Go practice for Cirque du Soleil. I think those are kind of like too gimmicky and don't really
I agree.
do much.
I do think that's the point, though. I think that some of them are supposed to be more spectacle type dates where it's like a grand type date where you do something exciting or cool or like just really extravagant. And
Right.
I agree with you. I appreciate the other dates more where they're more like just realistic, kind of more just like everyday type things, like just exploring a city.
Yeah, I
doing
still think
whatever.
they can do those like grand things, but I think it should just incorporate like the connection to where it requires like 2 people. So maybe, doing an activity that's for 2 people to do, not just,
Not just spin Joey around in a circle and watch him like throw up.
yeah, or just jump. I get something more.
I mean-
like you could use, those canoes that have 2 people.
Right.
That's
The only like I guess to play devil's advocate for
they could go
those
rock
dates.
climbing.
They do a little climbing.
Do a little climb. Instead of falling down, they can climb up.
Yeah, instead of jumping, how about you climb? Yeah, the
They can
only
go
like thing
ice tuna fishing.
that wow, wow.
They can go bear hunting.
Yeah, hold on.
See, any of these work.
These are different. It would be different from anything we've seen.
Yeah, just something that requires, it incorporates two of them to work together.
Yeah, the only like defense I have for like those like bungee jumping or skydiving or jumping off platforms until one of you gets
Injured.
kicked unconscious is that if there is like fear involved, then there's like the bonding
Right.
over doing it together and feeling like the support of the. But that's like, I agree. Like that's not getting to know the person; it's feeling the support from them. But I also kind of just want to think that like they always have those few dates that are like kind of more normal, like the realistic ones, and despite them not being as potentially glamorous, I think the ones in Joey's season still were like taking Kelsey to walk around. Where was it? Spain or Malta? What Malta?
Yeah, Malta. That was
A
good.
foreign country? Would you like to explore? That's pretty
Yeah,
fucking
that's
cool
pretty good.
still. So
I'll take that.
even though you're not jumping off of a cliff to your death or something, it's still like it still is nice. And I was gonna say I think those ones are kind of reserved for the potential favorites because you do get more time to talk. I would hope at least
That would make sense.
I would hope that like if they do communicate with the producers who are I'm assuming are the ones arranging the dates. I'm sorry, Joey, I do not think that you arranged.
You don't have any
you didn't
any call in this.
that is one thing though I would like to add on though is I would kind of like to have it because I don't really think there is, but I would like the lead to have some more level of authority of the dates as far as like what they do. Because I'm questioning whether or not
Yeah, they should
even
definitely
like,
get to choose.
Yeah.
Or get handed like 5 options and then they can choose who to do each one with or something
Yeah.
like that.
I
That'd be
like
more
how we're just
interesting.
assuming that's not what already happened. That could I don't know.
Well, I feel like if it did, they would show it. Because why wouldn't they want to show Joey like choosing it?
Maybe. Well, because I don't know, maybe people would read into it where it's like, here's this like weird date where it's like, this probably isn't the best date to go on. And he picked this person. Maybe he doesn't really like them that much.
Yeah.
I don't know. That's just me reading into it. But I agree. The dates, I feel like, I'll just say this: they do like repeat dates every season. They always have some sort of sports date where it's a competition, like the group dates. Like I think this one it was the weird paint one or something.
yeah.
Where I was like, what is this? It was dodgeball in charity season. They've had dodgeball multiple times. And the tennis one also. I think it's the one it was this season with Joey.
Right, that would make sense.
It's not that I don't like those, but
Yeah,
it's
I hate
just like
tennis.
I actually don't hate them. They are kind of fun, but it's also like
Some of
you're
them
not-
don't make any sense.
yeah, some of the days, but also repeats. The Maria's date that she got this season, where she basically just got like stuff bought for her, like a dress and stuff. They've had those dates
Yeah.
multiple times, especially like in the like past few years. So I do agree with you. I want more just variety of dates. at least.
Yeah, at the very least, definitely.
Moving on.
Moving on.
What should I
Jamie?
go to next? Some of these I feel like are going to be a little bit controversial. Should I save the like meme ones to the end, or should I like throw one of them out now?
I'll do one now. 'cause
Okay.
That's the rest of mine.
Okay. All right. This is very memey because I think I don't even think it's actually all that much of a meme, but I think it's not a good idea. But I want to see it anyway. Have a camera crew follow around the lead and their winner for a year after their engagements. No, it doesn't end. The
Wow,
show
that's
never-
good. That's one of mine. That's
Really?
fun. Yeah.
Really?
Just after. I was thinking just at least do it for a year and then do like 1 or 2 episodes recapping it all, or at least until they break up.
That's what. See, that's the thing is, I think keeping a camera on them will like never let them reach any sort of sense of normalcy. Like they'll always feel like they're still, and because they are being recorded and watched. So I don't think that necessarily is one that will ever.
Yeah, it's
be
a lot of work just
implemented.
for very little.
I don't think any, unless they both are getting paid for it, I don't think there's any way that they would agree to do that, because
Right.
it's like
It's a lot.
that's so much stress and pressure, and it's like, oh, I just finished the show, please just let me be done with this shit now. It's not that I like don't appreciate being on the show, but it's like
Your
I'm kind of in the
life is the
place,
show.
yeah, like this is my life now. I kind of like, I did what you wanted. I took the show seriously. I picked someone I actually liked, loved, wanted to get engaged to, and I'm with them now. I would like to still try to make that work. Will you let me do that? Sure, if you let me, if you let us film it.
Yeah, I think just at least for a month.
A month is reasonable, but I want to see like it kind of probably be a little bit boring, but it's like I want to see even like a year afterwards, like how are they doing?
Yeah,
But I do think like I agree, like probably the first month or two like afterwards would probably be the most interesting, because they're still probably adjusting to being in a relationship out in the open.
in real life,
In
their
real
own
life.
homes.
Yeah. I feel like that would reveal a lot, but yeah, I don't think anyone would agree to that, because it would just like, as bad as the success rate is for most Bachelor relationships now, it would only, I feel like, make it worse.
1 out of every 10 people would qualify.
Yeah.
10 winners.
With that said, I would be interested. Try it once and let's see how it goes. Film it for like 3 months, and like just keep it 3 months after they get engaged and like they're announced, and are out in public. Just keep a camera on them throughout the day for like 2-3 months.
Yeah.
I would be curious.
24/7. Is that too much to ask?
We need to see them sleeping. All right, that is interesting that you had something similar though. What's your next one though?
Public humiliation if the couple breaks up.
That is okay. That's definitely. How do you mean?
Like an episode where they are subjected to like tomatoes being thrown at them.
You're going
To
medieval on
insults.
them.
They need to like walk across fire to prove themselves.
Yeah, they like relived that episode of Game of Thrones where they walk down and people are just, shame.
Shame. Yeah,
Shame.
exactly. Exactly.
That would definitely, as toxic as this community
No, it
is,
seems pretty.
they would not survive.
Just something simple like that.
I do agree. I think there should be. Well, I can't say there should be a punishment for it.
There
That's kind of
needs to
messed
be a
up.
punishment.
I think actually the way they do it now, where it's like they don't get to keep the rings or anything.
Yeah, no, that's fair.
Is fair.
I just think maybe, okay, they don't have to do it to the people, but in the show, they show the couples and they say, like, how they broke up and why they broke up.
Interesting. But do you think
That's
they
like
would
a
really be
obituary.
open? Oh, that's kind of fun. That's kind of fun, actually.
Gerry
Gerry and Teresa.
couldn't.
Engagement died. It's kind of morbid. Due to
2023 to 2024.
yeah, due to familial and location issues. Is familial a word?
Yeah,
Okay,
That's a
cool.
word.
I'm smart.
it's pretty smart.
I said palatable earlier. I don't know if you noticed. I'm smart.
It's pretty palatable. Yeah, just something like that because I feel like they never talk about it.
Yeah, that is true.
Like, why
when
are you hiding it?
when you hear about it, it is always through like separate news or media sources, never ABC.
Right.
Like,
But people are also super interested in that as well.
yeah,
So why
yeah,
why not do it?
maybe I feel like I genuinely think I have the answer to that. Is that I do think ABC,
They
this
wanna
whole
keep
franchise,
the-
they want to keep the
The fantasy.
of it, exactly. That like you only get to see it working and the like magic that's created. We don't give a shit about what happens. If you care about that, that's on you, but that's not what we're about.
Yeah.
But yeah, I agree. If like I feel like people are interested, and if they could convince the couples to like talk about it, do an episode where they like
yeah.
discuss it, I think that would draw people.
That would be.
But it's also
interesting.
like almost some sort of incentive to break up because you get like on TV again. So
But you don't get the ring.
yeah, you still lose the ring. You are not paid to do it. I don't know. So it's whatever. One of you is probably going to be framed as like a bad guy.
Yeah. One of you is
Some-
going to get all the heat.
Yeah, that's true. So it's like you got to take that risk. But I agree because I think there is a lot of interest as far as still after the show, the success and unsuccess of
Failure,
a lot of
most likely.
Yeah, couples. All right, my next one. I'm gonna do. This is kind of like a small, not important, but I think would actually benefit the show, and is in regard to something I kind of said earlier, but a get to know me segment. I initially put full episode, but if fucking episodes are like 2 hours, no, do not do that. But a get to know me segment that's roughly 10 minutes about the like lead. I do not know much about Jen. No offense. Like I know that she's like her family issues with her
Yeah.
dad and her mom. I know that she's like a med student or something. But like
yeah,
what else?
nothing else.
Yeah.
Yeah. What does she do?
It's like it's just one I want to
Where does she work?
I wanna
Where does
feel-
she go to school?
where
does
she live. What's her like
simple
credit card
question.
number? What's her phone number?
That would be good. And what she is looking for.
Yeah. Yeah.
What her ideal man is.
Yeah, almost. You could literally just go through that Bachelor like application thing,
Yeah,
and
pretty
read those
much.
questions to her, and have her answer on like camera.
Yeah, just pick the most interesting ones.
Yeah, give it like 5 to 10, ideally 10 minutes, because like I want to know who she is. It just in the sense of like I want to be able to root for her a little bit more. I want to feel somewhat of a connection to her, and like
If I don't know the person.
if I don't know him, well, it's just like it makes it easier to like root for him and be
Yeah.
like to invest,
Connect. Yeah.
invest.
Definitely.
That is one I like genuine thing I think they should add to the show, because even if they were to have chosen Daisy or who's the other one? Maria,
Which we do know more about.
we
through the
do know
show,
more
but
about
there's
because
still
they
a
were
lot.
highlighted more. I still would have liked it for them even
Mhm.
again.
Especially, yeah, the top ones.
But like especially now for like ones if like aside from those two, those were the two clear choices. Like the only real other possibilities were like Jen, Rachel, I guess, because she was like the third person eliminated. Maybe Lexi, I guess, because she had a pretty big storyline as far as her ability to bear children. She has a very specific timeline that would make for an interesting season, but it's like we don't know a whole lot about those three. Anyone else we don't know like literally anything about, I don't think. So I feel like
And we only get like the snippets of information
Yeah.
through the dates.
yeah. I'm not saying we need to know Jen's life story.
Just the interesting parts.
Yeah, but just like I want to know like about her past relationships, maybe like why they didn't work out, what she's looking for now, what she learned from those past relationships, what she wants her life to look like, or what. It's just like a lot of those things I feel like could make it just where you can invest in the season and the person a bit more.
That would be good.
All right.
That would be good.
I'm glad I have your support. Thank
I'll
you.
add it to the show.
Thank you. Run that by Jesse real quick. All right, what's your next one?
2 Jessies. No, blindfolded first date or meeting, blindfolded meeting.
Okay, you're taking a little bit of the Love is Blind approach to it.
I might have been inspired
Might be like
a
this
little
is,
bit by that show.
all right. So you're saying just first meeting. What do you mean by that?
I guess it would work better in like my original idea of like the 100, like or speed dating.
Okay.
It's just it would have to be something like a speed date where you're blindfolded and you like just converse with the people, like all the contestants.
Yeah. That would make that one very interesting.
And then you would choose like who you're going to give the roses to before you ever even saw their face, at least for the first time.
I can agree. I think that still could work on The Bachelor.
Yeah, I think it could
like
if they do something like that.
At least like the first week, I think there could. I do think they would get flack for being like, "Why are you just ripping off Love is Blind?" But I think there could be because like it's totally fair to say I think most people, like most leads, are going initially at least off of physical attraction. So to kind of take that away would be interesting. At least just
for
again,
the first decision.
just the first week, literally the first night of like talking, it should be like, I don't even know like how you would do that, but like,
It would take some engineering.
yeah, it would have to be like completely like redo the initial meetings. Like they couldn't do the like limo entrances.
He would just have to be blind.
He's not allowed to like move. But also like for the rest of the night when they're talking, or are they able to like see him then?
Probably not. No, it have to.
So he's just, oh my gosh.
You meet him, or maybe it could just be like one-on-one, quickly. Like you each get like 15 minutes with him instead of all of them together.
Okay, interesting.
And then he decides, and then after he decides, you can see him.
That is a curveball. I kind of do like it.
Just a little curve. Yeah,
All
but
right,
that's
go
more
watch
of
Love
a,
is Blind. Another one. I don't know how you can even enforce this. I don't think you can enforce this, but this is purely inspired mainly from last season. But I want to see less trauma dumping.
Yeah, no, I definitely agree.
I don't know how you. Yeah, I don't think you can enforce that, but I kind of just want the excess of which we saw of that in last season. It was insane to be honest. It was pretty wild because it's no like new thing or even a surprise when people do it on one-on-one dates. I don't think they should do it, at least on the first one. I think you should. There is some like I feel like you should kind of wait some. I don't know, a little bit.
Fantasy suite,
or at least at the very least, I don't know. It's your second date, maybe.
Yeah, that's
again. I'm relating it too much. I feel like to just normal dating, where it's like if someone told you all of these things, it would just be like, how do I respond to that? How do you like this? I've been talking to you for like 15 minutes. How do I respond to that?
Yeah, exactly. You can't really do much.
But then they're like, again, the more what I was getting like too is that there was women doing it to Joey, not even on a one-on-one date. It was just like whenever they would get any time with him. And it's like, this is getting almost out of hand. And this is kind of I don't know. I feel like maybe I might get flack for saying this because it's like all of these personal things that these people have gone through. But it's like, I'm not trying to diminish that, but it's just like, you have to realize you're telling it to someone who you barely know at all. And
the first time, and they're hearing it not just from you, but from like so many of the other contestants as well.
Yeah, they do probably feel like a therapist, and some of you may not be aware, but there's a good chance they're not all that interested in you, and like it's like they don't realistically need to know these things about you, unfortunately. But even for the ones that they are interested in, I do think it's still like, I don't know. the benefit of like waiting would just be like just having more security and knowing that like, okay, there is something here. It is worth sharing this at this point. You know, again,
I mean,
even
if it does have an impact, like, was it Leslie?
Lexi. Are you talking about from Joey's season?
Yeah, from Joe. I mean, with the kids and stuff like that. That makes sense.
Yes, I agree with that. But some of them where it's just like,
you know, your childhood trauma is growing up,
trauma, yeah.
your family situation, who you connect with.
Yeah, I don't. At least we're not trying to diminish
Not ever,
that.
just like not immediately,
but
not in the first,
like
week or
I
two or
think
three.
there's a benefit to waiting, to doing that. Just from like, again, if you get a second date, it's fair to say there's some confidence you can have in your relationship with that person, at least especially in this show, because obviously a single one-on-one date does mean a lot, right? More so than in regular dating.
Yeah.
But a second date, that's like, oh shit, they might want to meet my family.
They might like me.
Yeah, they might actually really like me. So yeah, it's fair to like get in that mindset and then be like, okay, there is some important details about me or my past that have impact on how I or who I am today.
Yeah, that makes sense.
All right.
That's good. I like that.
All right. What do you got?
More trauma dumping. If I don't hear everyone's trauma immediately. This one's pretty wild.
Okay.
If they are chosen, they can instead not get married and just get a lot of money.
Ooh. That's also like another type of show, isn't there? Where like, isn't there like a reality dating show where it's like,
Oh, is there?
I think it's like the F-Boy Island one is like there's a bunch of fuck boys or fuck whoever that are like there to date the leads. I think there's a couple of them, and then there's some legitimate people there to also date. And if they end up choosing one
For the money.
for like who's like a fuck boy, they can be like, nah, I wasn't interested. I was playing you. I just want the money.
Oh, I didn't know there was another show.
I think so. I may also be getting the rules wrong, but I think there is a show like that. So,
All right, do that show.
yeah,
Do that show.
I think that would be very off-brand for the Bachelor.
Yeah, I was thinking it's definitely not keeping in with the fantasy.
There's no way they would allow. That's very funny though.
It would be a pretty classic situation if that ever happened.
Yeah, I actually do like that because it makes me interested to watch that show now because
I have to check that out now.
there is some appeal to just like, like I would be terrified to go on that show as like one of the leads because it's like, oh fuck dude, fuck that. I already struggle with that enough in real life.
I don't need this like obstacle
Yeah,
to think about.
I'm just like, is this person really interested in me or are they playing me? I like that though. That is fun. Let's see. Should I do? Okay, this is an interesting one. Actually, first I'll do a more relevant one. More specifically, this is specific to Jen's season. I want to see more Asian dudes on there.
Yeah,
I want to see more Asians.
I do
because
agree.
When we were looking at the photos, I haven't looked at them again since, and I don't know if they've released the official list of the guys who have specifically. Because remember the one we were looking at was a potential list.
so it could.
There was like, I don't even remember. Was there any Asian dudes on it?
There's like 2.
Okay.
Maybe.
I just want to see it because the whole thing they tried to market for Jen was that like this is like the first Asian lead of the show. Like this is very good for Asian representation.
We got our one. That's all we need.
Yeah, exactly. And I'm not gonna assume that Jen is only interested in Asian guys.
Yeah, but you should still have the option.
But like, it is still like the show is doing better with diversity. I still think there's always room for improvement. I have another one. I think that is a very big change. I'll get to that one next, I guess. But I don't know. Because I don't know if Jen has any say in. She probably there's no way she does have any say in the because she's meeting him for the first time. But it's like I don't know, maybe more than one Asian dude or however many it was, two.
Right. I mean, it would be cool if they get to say like what they would like the split.
Yeah.
They're like make it like half Asian, half
everything else.
Or just say their preference. I mean, they don't have to have like the exact number. Just say what they would like to see.
Yeah.
Because it is for them. Because what if they?
Yeah, I guess maybe that's a better way to put it.
Yeah, really into other Asian guys, and there's just the two that they picked were not. She wasn't into them.
I guess sure. I'll put just in general better Asian representation on the show. Just more Asian people.
Yeah, all.
But then I'm gonna specify it more to what you said now, where I guess it's kind of a separate thing, but. Yeah, the lead should have a little bit of like a say, and not specifically who gets on the show, but
maybe general outline guidelines.
Yeah, that would be kind of cool. That would be interesting because I think that would help, or it would ruin it if it's like, oh, yeah, this is the first season where like we let the lead choose their. Preferences, and they have some Wonder Bread white dude, and guess what? All of the women are blonde white women. It's like, basically every other season of The Bachelor.
Wow, it's all the same.
Basically, like every season from like early Bachelor days. No, I agree though. I think that would be interesting to see, like, to give them that option though.
That would be good.
All right, what do you got next? I got 3 left. How many you got?
2.
Okay, perfect. All right, what's your next one?
Equal number.
How do you mean? Okay.
Or
equal number. What does that mean?
Equal number. I don't know. What does that mean?
Probably like 2 or 4 or 6, 8, even 0.
Maybe combine Paradise, where it's like both men and women, and like roughly equal number, give or take.
So then, throughout the entire thing, or like, are you saying they put everyone there from the start?
We'll have. I don't know how it would exactly work.
Because
but
otherwise, like, people would never get eliminated, though, is the thing.
Right. Well, no, it would be both.
Equal number.
It's equal number. It's always equal.
If you don't know what equal number.
Well, you would have to eliminate, like, both a guy and a girl.
Whoa.
So it's...
Could you, like, a couple, or you're just saying...
Well, if they're not a couple. Kind of like in Paradise.
And are you saying, would this be for Paradise specifically, or would this be for...
No, but it would be in the style of The Bachelor, where they would do like one-on-one dates, group dates.
Interesting. So this is, again, like a new idea for a show, potentially.
Yeah, this is my new show.
And the name is called Equal Number.
Equal Number. Well,
please, I'm still struggling.
It could be that, or just multiple bachelors or bachelorettes. Well, I know they did that once with 2, but just like maybe like 3 or 4.
Just really put it up there. I think that 2-1 did not. People had a lot of complaints about it.
It needs more than right. Make it 4.
Make it 4. I agree. I would be curious to see how wild can they get. And are you saying then would the contestants would they have the option though to like date all of them or like all of the leads?
Well, they would choose.
So that is similar esque to.
I
That
think it would be
suck though, dude. What if like everyone like chose like one or two
Exactly.
people, and then like the other two are like,
exactly.
all right, I'll go home.
So like real life then.
Yeah, exactly.
I just think it
like
would make
real
it
life
like
dating show.
love triangles and those kind of like, difficult situations would be interesting. Where you don't get any of that really.
Yeah, no, not in the Bachelor.
In The Bachelor.
Bachelorette, where
He
everyone's
pretty much
fighting
just
for one
chooses.
person. Yeah,
But I think it would be
interesting.
interesting if the contestants could then choose as well. Like you could be into this girl, but she's into this guy, and that guy is into this girl.
I do like this because it was the one thing I was very interested with about the season with two Bachelorettes they did last or 2 years, well, however long it was ago, because I felt like this does give some level of like control to the contestants as well, because otherwise it's always just the lead is like has the authority for everything. And I do agree like that it is a more like realistic type dating thing. But like, would you want? So if we're saying The Bachelor, would you want 4 bachelors and then like 100 or whatever, like women or 50 women, or would you want like? I don't even want to spoil. Okay, yeah, is that how you would want to do it?
Probably, yeah.
That can cause some chaos.
That'd be a little chaosy.
And I did enjoy that season with the two Bachelorettes. I don't know if it was like one of the favorites, but I did like that aspect. But they ended up making it a couple weeks into where it's like, no, everyone just has to choose right now, and that's who you're dating. And they just treat it as like a regular season where from
okay,
this
that is
group,
weird.
the Bachelorette from this Bachelorette's group, she'll have the authority to like eliminate you or keep you whenever,
Yeah.
and that like everyone else.
They never actually got to really meet both of them. So
They
just had to
did, but
choose.
it was like eventually people would be like flip flopping.
Yeah, what if they want to flip?
And like apparently they didn't like that, or the Bachelorettes didn't like that. It was costing them too much stress, and so they were like, "All right, yeah, no, you guys just got to choose one." I guess, yeah. If they were to just be like, "No, this is how the season's gonna go," they are allowed to choose. Yeah, that would be like interesting to keep that. But I agree, it would have to be more than 2 though, because you gotta like really like mix things up. That would be interesting. It would be very, very chaotic.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was thinking.
All right.
Yours is no Bachelor?
Yeah, 0 Bachelor. Everyone just dates each other. No, okay. I'll do my last meme one. I don't even know what my thought process was behind this one. I just thought it was funny. But this one is specific to Bachelor in Paradise. But if you get asked on a date, you can't say no. You have to go on it, no matter what.
That would be good. That would be good.
Even if you're in,
You
if
can't
it's
be
the,
like, let me ask someone.
yeah, no,
Like, no, you.
It's the last week. Someone comes on, talks to like the guy or girl in the strongest coupling, and it's like, hey, you want to go on a date? They have to say
Yeah.
yes. I don't necessarily know if at that point it would really cause much of a difference, because it would be like, sure, I'll go with you.
Right.
You're going to try to kiss me. I'm going to deny you. I'm going to like, it was something you really have to switch
But it
things
could.
up.
And the fact that they can deny it is like, okay.
Yeah.
I guess we don't get any TV this week.
Yeah. But so like, yeah, if you can't say no to a date, it's kind of just like, it's kind of a little bit fucked up, because like even the people on Paradise who are like more interested in exploring, multiple options, there's still going to be people who are like, yeah, I don't really care about that option though. And it's like, it doesn't matter. You have to go on a date.
Too bad.
Yeah, I don't know. I think in some cases it could be really interesting, because it's like, yeah, it could be like a couple weeks in and this person is in a relationship or coupled up with this person, but maybe it's not super secure, and
Could make people jealous.
yeah, I mean, it's not. It's again, like that happens in the show
Oh,
already.
yeah. But it would just
like,
make him even more.
I think the funnier option will just be like people who don't want to go on a date with someone are gonna have to.
Yeah.
It's kind of a fucked thing. It's almost like a punishment,
Yeah,
but that's why it's kind of a meme one. I don't really know what it would do. I think it's just a funny, stupid thing. All right, what's your last one? Or do you? Okay, yeah, I still have 2 others left. So do you have one more, or do you have 2? Because I'll just go again if you.
Yeah, I have 2.
Okay, then yeah, do one more because then I got 2 as well. What do you got?
AI Bachelor.
What? What?
No, I don't know. I don't know what I was thinking on that one.
AI what?
AI Bachelor. The Bachelor is artificially intelligent.
That
It's a synthetic bachelor.
and people are competing.
Well,
You could
wouldn't be,
almost
you wouldn't
say,
be
like-
competing for it. You would just try to win the AI.
Ooh, so it's
So
almost
it's not
like
really
a game show.
Yeah,
type.
it's more of a game
That's
show.
interesting. I actually kind of like that. That's
It's a
kind of
fake
fun.
dating game show.
Is AI that advanced yet, where it is feeling and is sentient now and has feelings and emotions, and you can win the heart of AI?
Probably. Or you could do it like it polls people. Like you get people to like say what they would do or what they like in a situation, and it takes the most popular.
Interesting.
So it's like
Family Feud esque.
it's
Family Feud mixed with The Bachelor.
mixed with AI.
That's kind of cool. I was gonna almost say, as soon as you said AI Bachelor at first, this is something I thought of. Literally, when you just said that, I was like an online dating type one where the people you're talking to, you don't know if they're real or AI.
That would be pretty good.
And you like match, and your final pick is like, like fucking AI.
That would be really good.
No,
She was perfect.
it's perfect for me. That would be funny too.
That would be good.
All right. I guess I'll go with this one next. This is again relating to what I was talking about earlier with diversity. I would like a gay or bisexual bachelorette.
That was my last one.
Really?
Yeah, I said bi bachelor.
Okay. See, I think bisexual would be slightly more difficult because the contestants, if they're also assuming you have like
Well,
a bisexual bachelorette, you
The
would have
contestants would just, I mean, let's say you're a bi guy.
right.
You would have straight or bi women and then gay or bi guys. So you could just have gay guys and straight
They could
women.
not be housed together. They could not be housed together.
You don't think so?
No, no.
Yeah, no, that is true. That is true, actually.
I think that would be amazing. I still think they should do it and house them together
And
because
house
it
them
would
together.
be incredibly
That would
interesting.
yeah.
That would be one of the most interesting seasons
That would
of
be.
Bachelorette ever. And yeah, don't keep it to only gay. No.
Just all.
Yeah, and like sure gay guys, sure straight guys, sure bisexual guys. Same thing for women. And then if you have like a male or female lead, great. We'll see like how that plays out. If it plays out smoothly, I think it'll still be extremely interesting to see like how they go about choosing, because I think that they would be choosing